Ladies and gentlemen, good day, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about a profound yet simple truth. Your mindset is the key to reclaiming your energy, your health, and your life. As Dr. Joe Dispenza often says, when you change your mind, you can truly change your reality. Let's explore 6 transformative steps to help you shift your mindset and reclaim your energy. Our thoughts are the foundation of our reality. Every single day, we think tens of thousands of thoughts. And for many of us, the majority of these are repetitive. They come from our subconscious programming, shaped by past experiences, environments, and beliefs. The challenge is that most of these habitual thoughts are negative or limiting, and we don't even realize the impact they have on our energy, emotions, and outcomes in life. Becoming aware of your thoughts is the first and most important step in reclaiming your energy and creating a life that aligns with your highest potential. The truth is, your thoughts are not just abstract ideas floating around in your head. They are powerful signals that influence your brain, body, and reality. Each thought you think triggers a biochemical reaction in your brain, releasing specific chemicals that correspond to the emotion attached to the thought. For example, if you're constantly worrying, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this repeated cycle of stressful thinking creates a state of chronic stress, draining your energy and negatively affecting your health. On the other hand, when you think positive, empowering thoughts, your brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which uplift your mood and energize your body. The problem is that most of us are unaware of the constant chatter happening in our minds. We've grown so accustomed to the noise that we accept it as normal. But here's the key. What you allow to persist in your mind becomes your reality. If your thoughts are focused on lack, fear, or failure, your energy will align with those emotions, and you'll unconsciously create more of the same experiences. Conversely, if you train yourself to think thoughts of abundance, possibility, and joy, you will elevate your energy and begin to attract experiences that reflect those higher states of being. To become aware of your thoughts, you must first take a step back and observe your mind without judgment. Imagine yourself as a witness, watching the flow of your thoughts like a stream of water. Don't try to stop the thoughts or control them. Simply notice what comes up. Are your thoughts primarily focused on the past, replaying old memories or regrets? Are they fixated on the future, worrying about what might go wrong? Or are they grounded in the present moment, open to possibilities and solutions? This simple act of observation creates a space between you and your thoughts, allowing you to see them for what they are: mental habits, not absolute truths. Once you've developed this awareness, you can begin to identify patterns. Pay attention to recurring thoughts and ask yourself where they come from. Are these thoughts rooted in fear, self-doubt, or societal conditioning? Are they helping you move toward your goals, or are they holding you back? The key here is not to judge yourself for having negative or limiting thoughts, but to recognize them as a product of your past programming. By bringing them into your awareness, you reclaim the power to change them. One effective practice for becoming more aware of your thoughts is journaling. At the end of each day, take a few moments to write down the thoughts that stood out to you. What were you focused on throughout the day? How did those thoughts make you feel? By putting your thoughts on paper, you externalize them and create an opportunity to reflect and understand them more deeply. Another powerful tool is mindfulness meditation. When you sit quietly and observe your breath, you create a space where your thoughts naturally rise to the surface. Instead of engaging with them, simply let them pass, like clouds in the sky. Over time, this practice trains your mind to be more present and less reactive, allowing you to notice thoughts as they arise without getting caught up in them. Becoming aware of your thoughts is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. But with consistent practice, you'll start to notice a profound shift. You'll realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of them. This realization alone is incredibly liberating because it gives you the power to choose which thoughts to entertain and which to let go of. And By cultivating this awareness, you begin to take back control of your mind, freeing yourself from the grip of negativity and creating space for thoughts that empower and energize you. When you learn to observe and redirect your thoughts, you reclaim your energy and align yourself with the life you truly desire. This is the first step to transformation, recognizing that the power to change your reality starts with changing your mind. Every moment offers a new opportunity to think differently, to choose thoughts that uplift and inspire you, and to create a future filled with possibility and joy. It all begins with awareness. Breaking free from your old identity is one of the most powerful and transformative steps you can take to create a new future. Our identity is shaped by our past experiences, the stories we tell ourselves, and the beliefs we hold about who we are. These identities feel familiar, even comfortable, because they're built on repetition. But if your current identity is rooted in limiting beliefs, old patterns, or negative experiences, it can keep you stuck in a cycle that prevents you from reaching your full potential. To create a new reality, you must let go of the person you've been and step into the person you want to become. Your identity is essentially a collection of habits, behaviors, and thoughts that you've repeated over time. Think about it. When you say, "I'm not good at this," "I've always been this way," or "that's just who I am," you're reinforcing an idea of yourself based on the past. These stories may feel true because you've lived them, but they are not fixed. They're simply mental constructs that can be rewritten. The challenge is that most of us cling to our old identities because they feel safe and familiar, even when they're not serving us. Breaking free from your old identity starts with recognizing that it no longer aligns with the future you want to create. Ask yourself, who am I when I'm on autopilot? What beliefs or habits define me right now? Are these things helping me grow, or are they holding me back? For example, if you identify as someone who's always stressed, shy, or unmotivated, you're unconsciously reaffirming those traits every day. The first step is to become aware of this pattern and acknowledge that you have the power to change it. One of the reasons breaking free from your old identity feels difficult is because your brain is wired to maintain consistency. The brain loves familiarity, even when it's tied to negative emotions or unproductive behaviors. When you try to change, your subconscious mind often resists by pulling you back into old habits. This is why self-awareness is crucial. You need to catch yourself in the act of being your old self and consciously choose to respond differently. This process takes effort and persistence, but it's how new neural pathways are created. A powerful way to break free from your old identity is to visualize the person you want to become. Close your eyes and imagine your future self in vivid detail. How do they think? How do they feel? How do they move through the world? The more clearly you can see this version of yourself, the more you'll begin to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision. Visualization works because your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. By repeatedly visualizing your future self, you begin to reprogram your mind and body to match that reality. Another essential part of this process is stepping outside of your comfort zone. Your old identity thrives in routines and familiar patterns, but growth happens when you challenge yourself to do something new. Take actions that your future self would take, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. If you want to become more confident, start speaking up in situations where you'd normally stay silent. If you want to be healthier, make choices that align with that goal, even when it's inconvenient. Every small action you take builds evidence for your new identity. Letting go of your old identity also requires releasing the emotional baggage tied to your past. Many of us carry unresolved emotions like guilt, shame, or regret that keep us anchored to who we used to be. To truly transform, you need to forgive yourself and others for past mistakes and choose to move forward without the weight of those emotions. Meditation, journaling, or speaking with a trusted mentor or therapist can help you process and release these feelings. One of the most liberating aspects of breaking free from your old identity is realizing that you don't have to know all the answers right away. You don't have to have everything figured out. All you need is the willingness to let go of the past and take one small step toward the future you want. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you choose to act as your future self, you weaken the hold of your old identity and strengthen the foundation for your new one. In the end, breaking free from your old identity is an act of courage and self love. It's about recognizing that you are not defined by your past, your mistakes, or the labels others have placed on you. You have the power to redefine yourself at any moment. You have the ability to step into a version of yourself that is aligned with your highest potential. Remember, transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort and belief in your capacity for change, you can create a life that reflects the true essence of who you are meant to be. Remember, this is the journey of the soul, which takes time and seriousness. Mastering your emotions is one of the most profound skills you can develop for personal transformation and reclaiming your energy. Emotions are not just fleeting feelings. They are powerful forces that shape your actions, decisions, and ultimately your reality. When you learn to master your emotions, you reclaim control over your life, shifting from being reactive to proactive, from feeling stuck to feeling empowered. So, the first step to mastering your emotions is understanding their origin. Emotions are the result of the thoughts you think and the meanings you assign to events. They're chemical reactions triggered by your brain in response to your perceptions. For instance, if you believe a situation is threatening, your body will release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which create emotions such as fear or anxiety. Conversely, if you interpret a situation as positive or rewarding, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, resulting in feelings of joy or excitement. This means that your emotions are not random. They are deeply connected to the stories you tell yourself about the world and your place in it. One of the biggest challenges people face with their emotions is the habit of living in survival mode. When you're in survival mode, emotions like stress, anger, fear, and frustration dominate your experience. These emotions are useful in short bursts, such as when you need to respond to an immediate danger. But living in this state chronically drains your energy and clouds your judgment. To master your emotions, you must move out of survival mode and into a state of creation and presence, where higher emotions like gratitude, love, and joy become your dominant states. And so, in order, awareness is the foundation of emotional mastery. You can't control something you're unaware of. So the first step is to become conscious of your emotional patterns. Start by observing how you feel throughout the day. What emotions come up most frequently? What situations trigger them? For example, you might notice that you often feel frustrated during your commute or anxious before meetings. Once you've identified these patterns, you can start to question the thoughts and beliefs fueling those emotions. Are they based on reality? Or are they assumptions or exaggerated fears? Simply bringing awareness to your emotions can create a powerful shift. Another key to mastering your emotions is learning to regulate them in the moment. When you feel a strong emotion rising, pause and take a few deep breaths. This simple act activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps calm your body and mind. Instead of reacting impulsively, you create a space to choose how you want to respond. For example, if someone says something that upsets you, instead of snapping back, you can take a moment to process your feelings and respond thoughtfully. This ability to pause and choose is what separates emotional mastery from emotional reactivity. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for shifting your emotional state. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you train your brain to look for the positive in any situation. Gratitude shifts your attention away from lack and toward abundance, creating a sense of calm and fulfillment. Start a daily gratitude practice by writing down 3 things you're grateful for each morning or evening. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to default to higher emotional states. Meditation is another essential practice for mastering your emotions. Through meditation, you can detach from the constant chatter of your mind and become an observer of your thoughts and feelings. This practice helps you create distance between yourself and your emotions so you're not overwhelmed by them. Dr. Joe Dispenza often emphasizes that when you meditate, you move out of the analytical mind and into the present moment, where you can access higher states of awareness and emotional stability. In addition to meditation, reprogramming your subconscious mind plays a critical role in emotional mastery. Many of the emotions we experience are the result of deeply ingrained patterns and beliefs we've held for years, often without realizing it. For example, if you grew up believing that you're not good enough, this belief might trigger feelings of inadequacy whenever you face a challenge. To change this, you need to replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Visualization and affirmations are powerful techniques for this purpose. By imagining yourself as the confident, resilient person you want to be and affirming this vision daily, you can rewire your subconscious mind to support your emotional well-being. Lastly, it's important to remember that mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. Suppression only leads to pent-up frustration and can eventually manifest as physical or mental health issues. Instead, emotional mastery is about acknowledging your emotions, understanding their source, and choosing how to respond. If you feel anger, for example, it's okay to acknowledge that anger and explore what triggered it. Once you've understood the cause, you can decide whether it's worth holding on to or if it's better to let it go. When you master your emotions, you take back your power. You stop letting external circumstances dictate how you feel and instead create your own inner stability. Emotions no longer control you, you control them. This shift allows you to stay centered, focused, and energized, no matter what challenges come your way. By cultivating emotional mastery, you open the door to a life filled with greater peace, resilience, and joy. Reprogramming your subconscious mind is a transformative process that can unlock the door to lasting change, personal growth, and limitless potential. The subconscious mind is like the operating system of your life. It governs your thoughts, habits, and behaviors, most of which run automatically. These subconscious programs are deeply ingrained, often formed during childhood, and they shape how you perceive yourself, others, and the world around you. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing the programming of your subconscious mind, right? The first step in reprogramming your subconscious mind is to understand how it works. The subconscious operates beneath the surface of your conscious awareness, storing memories, beliefs, and habits. It doesn't differentiate between reality and imagination. It accepts whatever you repeatedly expose it to. This is why people often feel stuck in patterns of behavior that seem difficult to change. For example, if you've repeatedly told yourself, "I'm not good enough," your subconscious mind has internalized this belief as truth. The good news is that because your subconscious is so impressionable, you can reprogram it with new, empowering beliefs through consistent effort. One of the most effective ways to reprogram your subconscious mind is through repetition. The thoughts and beliefs you repeat frequently become embedded in your subconscious over time. This is why affirmations are a powerful tool for transformation. Affirmations are positive statements that reflect the reality you want to create. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm always unlucky," you could affirm, "I attract opportunities and abundance into my life." To make affirmations effective, it's essential to repeat them consistently and with conviction, ideally in a relaxed state where your mind is more receptive. And our emotional state right now is less relaxed than normal. And this is why there are a lot of issues with affirmations. Visualization is another powerful method for reprogramming your subconscious mind. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined scenario and a real one. When you visualize yourself living your desired reality, you create new neural pathways that align with that vision. For example, if you want to become more confident, spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself, speaking confidently, interacting with others, and achieving your goals. The more detailed and emotionally charged your visualization, the more effectively it imprints on your subconscious mind. Over time, this practice helps you embody the qualities and behaviors of the person you want to become. That meditation is a cornerstone of subconscious reprogramming because it allows you to access deeper brainwave states where the subconscious mind is more accessible. In our normal waking state, our brains operate in beta waves, which are associated with critical thinking and analysis. However, in meditative states, the brain shifts to slower alpha or theta waves, which are ideal for reprogramming. During meditation, you can introduce new beliefs, intentions, or visualizations directly into your subconscious. This practice bypasses the analytical mind and makes it easier for new patterns to take root. Another key aspect of reprogramming your subconscious mind is identifying and releasing limiting beliefs. These are the deeply held assumptions that keep you stuck in old patterns, often without your awareness. For instance, you might unconsciously believe that success is only for other people, or that you're unworthy of love. To identify these beliefs, pay attention to the thoughts and feelings that arise when you face challenges or opportunities. And once you've identified a limiting belief, question its validity. Ask yourself, is this belief based on truth, or is it simply a story I've been telling myself? Releasing these beliefs creates space for new, empowering ones to take their place. The language you use also plays a significant role in subconscious programming. Your words have the power to shape your reality because they reflect and reinforce your beliefs. Be mindful of the language you use when speaking to yourself and others. Replace negative self-talk with positive, affirming language. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I am capable and I'll figure it out." Or over time, these small shifts in language can create profound changes in your mindset and behavior. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another way to support subconscious reprogramming. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you inhabit all leave an imprint on your subconscious. Choose to engage with content and individuals that uplift, inspire, and align with the future you want to create. This positive reinforcement helps solidify the new patterns you're introducing into your subconscious mind. One critical element of reprogramming your subconscious is patience and persistence. The subconscious mind operates on repetition and consistency, so it takes time to overwrite old patterns with new ones. You may not see immediate results, but with consistent practice, the changes will start to become evident in your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Celebrate small wins along the way, as they are evidence that your subconscious programming is shifting. Finally, it's important to approach this process with a sense of openness and curiosity. Reprogramming your subconscious mind is not about forcing change or suppressing parts of yourself. It's about consciously choosing to align your inner world with the life you want to create. When you approach this work with trust and belief in your ability to grow, you create a fertile ground for transformation. Reprogramming your subconscious mind is a powerful act of self-empowerment. It allows you to break free from old patterns, step into your potential, and create a life that reflects your true desires. Remember, you are not a prisoner of your past. You are the architect of your future. With intentional effort and persistence, you can reshape your subconscious mind and open the door to limitless possibilities. Focusing on possibility instead of problems is a transformative mindset shift that can unlock your potential and radically change how you approach life. When you focus on problems, you give your energy to obstacles, limitations, and fears, which can leave you feeling stuck and powerless. However, when you focus on possibilities, you shift your attention to solutions, opportunities, and potential outcomes, empowering yourself to take action and create meaningful change. This subtle yet powerful mental reframe can open doors to success, innovation, and personal growth. One of the reasons people get stuck focusing on problems is the brain's natural tendency to prioritize negative experiences. From an evolutionary perspective, this negativity bias was essential for survival. Our ancestors needed to be hyper-aware of potential threats to stay alive. While this was useful in the past, it's less helpful in today's world, where most challenges are not life-threatening. Instead, this bias often keeps us fixated on what's wrong, making it harder to see what's possible. To shift your focus from problems to possibilities, start by becoming aware of where your attention goes. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, am I dwelling on what's going wrong, or am I looking for what's possible? For example, if you're experiencing difficulty at work, instead of focusing solely on the obstacles, consider asking, What can I learn from this situation? Or what opportunities might this challenge present? Shifting the focus from what's not working to what could work opens up space for creative solutions and fresh perspectives. A key part of this mindset shift is reframing problems as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face has the potential to teach you something valuable, whether it's resilience, adaptability, or a new skill. When you view problems as stepping stones instead of roadblocks, you're more likely to approach them with curiosity and determination rather than fear and frustration. On the positive side, it is not easy to understand. For instance, if you've encountered a setback in your career, you might ask, how can this experience help me grow or better prepare me for future success? This perspective transforms the challenge from a dead end into a doorway for possibility. Another effective way to focus on possibilities is to practice asking empowering questions. Instead of asking disempowering questions like, why does this always happen to me? Or what if I fail? Shift your questions to ones that inspire solutions and growth, such as, what can I do to move forward? Or what's the best possible outcome I can aim for? Empowering questions direct your mind toward possibilities and encourage creative problem solving. Visualization is another powerful tool for cultivating a possibility-focused mindset. Spend time imagining your ideal outcome, vividly picturing what it would look and feel like to achieve your goals or overcome a challenge. When you focus on what's possible and immerse yourself in that vision, you engage your brain's reticular activating system, RES, which helps filter information and draw your attention to opportunities that align with your goals. For example, if you're visualizing success in a new project, your mind will become more attuned to resources, connections, and ideas that can help you achieve that success. Gratitude is also a key practice for shifting your focus. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you train your brain to recognize the positive aspects of your life and the opportunities that already exist. Gratitude shifts your attention away from lack and problems and toward abundance and potential. A simple daily practice, such as writing down 3 things you're grateful for, can create a profound shift in how you perceive your circumstances. Surrounding yourself with possibility function people is another way to reinforce this mindset. The people you spend time with influence your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. If you surround yourself with individuals who constantly dwell on problems, their mindset can rub off on you. Conversely, being around people who see challenges as opportunities and focus on solutions can inspire and motivate you to do the same. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities that encourage you to think bigger and aim higher. Taking action, even in small steps, is crucial for focusing on possibilities. Often people get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking problems, instead of moving toward solutions. By taking action, you shift your energy from worry to momentum. Even a small step forward can create a ripple effect, opening up new possibilities and building your confidence. For example, if you're trying to start a new business, instead of fixating on all the potential risks, focus on one step you can take today, such as researching your target market or brainstorming ideas. Action creates clarity and builds momentum. It's also important to recognize that focusing on possibilities doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending they don't exist. Instead, it's about approaching problems with a solutions-oriented mindset. Acknowledge the challenges you face, but don't let them dominate your thoughts. Shift your attention to what you can control, what you can learn, and what steps you can take to move forward. In summary, focusing on possibilities instead of problems is a choice, and a powerful one, and it requires mindfulness, intention, and a willingness to look beyond immediate obstacles to see the bigger picture. When you train yourself to see opportunities and challenges and direct your energy toward solutions, you empower yourself to create a life filled with growth, success, and fulfillment. By adopting this mindset, you become the architect of your reality, opening up a world of endless possibilities. Taking action as your future self is a transformative concept that allows you to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Often we delay taking action because we feel we're not yet ready, or because we're waiting for circumstances to align perfectly. However, the truth is that your future self, the person you envision becoming, will only materialize when you start acting as though you are already that person. By adopting the habits, mindset, and behaviors of your ideal future self today, you align your actions with the life you desire to create, paving the way for real and lasting transformation. The first step in taking action as your future self is to have a clear vision of who that person is. Ask yourself, what does my future self look like? How do they think, act, and feel? What kind of habits do they have? And how do they approach challenges? For example, if your future self is a confident and successful professional, what daily routines or behaviors would they prioritize? If they're healthy and energetic, what kind of food choices and exercise habits would they adopt? The clearer your vision, the easier it becomes to align your current actions with your future goals. Once you have a clear picture of your future self, the next step is to identify the habits and behaviors that align with that version of you. Habits are the building blocks of identity, and they play a significant role in shaping who we become. For instance, if your future self is financially secure, they likely practice mindful spending, save regularly, and invest wisely. If your future self is a creative individual, they probably dedicate time to exploring and honing their craft daily. Start small by incorporating one or two habits that your future self would practice. Over time, these small changes compound and lead to significant results. A powerful way to take action, that's your future self, is to adopt the be, do, have mindset. Many people operate from the opposite framework, believing that they need to have certain things, e.g., more time, resources, or confidence, before they can do what they want and eventually be the person they aspire to become. However, the be, do, have approach flips this thinking on its head. It challenges you to be the person you want to become first, which will guide what you do and eventually allow you to have the results you desire. For example, if you aspire to be a writer, you don't need to wait until you feel inspired or confident to start writing. Instead, start embodying the identity of a writer by writing regularly, even if it's just a few sentences each day. One of the biggest obstacles to acting as your future self is the fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. Growth requires change, and change often feels uncomfortable. However, it's important to remember that your future self exists on the other side of that discomfort. When faced with fear or resistance, ask yourself, what would my future self do in this situation? This question helps you bypass fear-driven thinking and take courageous steps that align with your goals. For instance, if your future self is a successful entrepreneur, they might take calculated risks, network with like-minded individuals, or seek out mentorship, even if those actions feel intimidating at first. It's normal. It's natural. This is to be expected, and in spite of the uncertainty, visualization is another powerful tool to help you take action as your future self. Spend time every day imagining yourself living the life you desire. Visualize the actions, decisions, and emotions of your future self in vivid detail. How do they handle challenges? How do they carry themselves? By regularly immersing yourself in this mental picture, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind to align with that identity. This makes it easier to take inspired action in the present. Taking action as your future self also requires intentional decision making. Every choice you make today moves you closer to or further away from the person you want to become. Before making decisions, pause and ask yourself, does this align with the values and goals of my future self? For example, if your future self values health and fitness, they might choose to cook a nutritious meal instead of ordering fast food. Or if they prioritize professional growth, they might spend an evening learning a new skill instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media. These small, intentional choices add up over time and lead to profound change. Accountability is another essential component of taking action as your future self. Share your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach who can help keep you on track. Being accountable to someone else creates an additional layer of motivation and commitment, making it easier to stay consistent in your actions. You can also track your progress by journaling about the steps you've taken each day to align with your future self. Celebrate small wins along the way, as they serve as reminders that you're making progress and reinforce your commitment to growth. It's also important to cultivate patience and self compassion during this process. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, and there will be times when you fall back into old habits or behaviors. Instead of being hard on yourself, recognize these moments as opportunities to learn and realign with your goals. Remember that taking action as your future self is a journey, not a destination. Each day presents a new opportunity to embody the qualities and mindset of the person you aspire to become. By taking action as your future self, you create a powerful ripple effect in your life. You begin to show up differently in your relationships, work, and personal endeavors. You attract opportunities and experiences that align with your vision. Most importantly, you step into your power as the creator of your life, taking ownership of your growth and potential. When you consistently act as your future self, you're not just imagining the life you want, you're actively building it one step at a time.